Hello again. Good to see you. This week I've been thinking a lot about rail transport. We've been writing a lot on this lately, particularly from a European perspective, which suggests to me that there is interest in that mode on the part of shippers. Um, Rail has a lot of advantages. It's a quick way of moving large volumes of chemical products, liquid products in tanks. It avoids the problems of road congestion, driver shortages, and also, of course, it offers much lower emissions, which is very important for a lot of shippers, I know. But there are problems, and the most obvious one is visibility. Once a tank car leaves your facility, it's not easy to know where it is. Systems are being put in place, of course, and Frederick Ronser from Avinto was very eloquent about this at the Logicamp meeting in Amsterdam recently. There are other companies involved: Savvy, Nexiot, Fleet Monitor, and others, equipping tank wagons or bogies with sensors and telematics units that should help overcome that problem. There are more structural problems, though, things like infrastructure investment, the timing of construction work, and interoperability. Not just in terms of things like the obvious ones, like the different gauge of track in Spain or in Eastern Europe and Russia. For instance, back in 2017, when there was the Rastak closure, and there also happened to be work on the most obvious alternative line along the Rhine corridor. The second alternative was to go through France. But of course, if you go through France, you need train drivers who can speak French, which cut down the number of crews available. And interestingly, a couple of the big combined transport operators that we've spoken to lately, Combi Verkehr in Germany and Hupac in Switzerland, have made this point that Combi Verkehr, for instance, said that railways are failing to meet their punctuality targets. Engineering work is disorganised. There are shortage of train drivers, just as there are of truck drivers. And that's compounded by bad weather and strikes and so on. Hupac spoke of the challenges to the competitiveness of combined transport on the Rhine-Alpine corridor, with variations in maximum track lengths and train weights. Some gradients on the new base tunnels are so steep that they need double traction, which adds to costs. And there's no synchronisation of the timetables, especially around Switzerland. So there are a lot of problems to overcome, but some shippers have found a way of getting around it, BASF in particular and Dow to a certain extent. And we'll be hearing more about this, I'm sure. But if you've got any comments about the viability of rail for chemical transport, do get in touch. Let me know. I'd like to hear what your opinion of it is. Thanks for watching.